A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a powerful display of discontent, tens of thousands of Spaniards took to the streets of downtown Barcelona on Saturday, voicing their frustration over the skyrocketing cost of renting an apartment in one of Europe's most popular tourist destinations. The protests saw demonstrators marching through the city center, cutting off traffic on main avenues, and holding up homemade signs emblazoned with messages such as "Fewer apartments for investing and more homes for living," and "The people without homes uphold their rights." This rally highlights the growing concern over affordable housing in Spain, a sentiment echoed in many parts of the world, including the United States. Organizers claim that over 170,000 people participated, while police estimates suggested around 22,000 took part. Regardless of the numbers, the sight of large crowds flooding the streets is reminiscent of the massive separatist rallies that characterized the Catalan independence movement a decade ago. However, this time, the focus has shifted from political aspirations to pressing social issues, primarily housing. The average rent in Spain has doubled over the past decade, with the price per square meter increasing from €7.2, $7.50 in 2014 to €13 this year, according to data from the real estate website Idealista. This surge in rental prices is particularly severe in major cities like Barcelona and Madrid, where incomes have failed to keep pace, leaving many young people in dire situations, especially in a country with persistently high unemployment rates. Samuel Saintot, a protester who has rented an apartment in Barcelona for 15 years, expressed his frustration and fear after being told to vacate his home. He suspects the owner's plan to renovate the apartment to increase the rent, even looking in a 20 or 30-kilometer radius outside town. "I can't even find anything within the price range I can afford," he lamented. A report from the Bank of Spain reveals that nearly 40% of renters dedicate an average of 40% of their income to housing costs, significantly higher than the EU average of 27%. Ignacy Murti, a professor at Asade Business School, characterized the situation as a housing emergency, highlighting the struggles many face in accessing and maintaining stable housing. The rise in rental prices has been exacerbated by the influx of short-term renters, including tourists, which has further strained the housing market. Migrants to Spain are disproportionately affected, often lacking the financial stability to cope with rising rents. Alarmingly, Spain ranks low among OECD countries, with less than 2% of housing available as public rentals, compared to the OECD average of 7%. Protester Leia Pizjuan expressed her despair over the situation, stating, "I think it's impossible to make prices fall to what they were a few years back. It makes me cry. It's so upsetting. I know so many people who are in a bad situation." Carme Arcarazo, spokesperson for Barcelona's tenants union, which helped organize the protest, suggested that renters consider a rent strike as a form of mass protest. "I think we the tenants have understood that this depends on us, that we can't keep asking and making demands to the authorities and waiting for an answer. We must take the reins of the situation," she stated. The protest in Barcelona follows a similar rally in Madrid just a month prior, reflecting the widespread discontent regarding housing affordability. This growing unrest is placing pressure on Spain's governing Socialist Party, which leads a coalition at the national level and governs Catalonia and Barcelona. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez recently presided over a housing summit that included government officials and real estate developers. However, the Barcelona Tenants Union boycotted the event, criticizing it as ineffective, akin to inviting tobacco companies to a summit on curing cancer. The government's primary response has been a rent cap mechanism offered to regional authorities based on a price index established by the Housing Ministry. Catalonia was the first region to implement these caps, which are currently in effect in downtown Barcelona. Many locals attribute the high rental prices to the influx of millions of tourists visiting the city each year. In response, Barcelona's town hall has pledged to eliminate the city's 10,000 so-called tourist apartments, dwellings with permits for short-term rentals, by 2028. The protest in Barcelona serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need for affordable housing solutions in a country grappling with a housing crisis that affects countless individuals and families. As the movement gains momentum, it remains to be seen how the government will respond to the growing demands for change. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.